Hey, mamas. It's your girl, Carrie, and welcome back to another episode of Mom Wife Career Life. One of my focuses this year is going back to my money conscious ways that got us out of our student loan debt when we were first starting out. And full disclosure, we're actually still paying off one of Russ's student loans. It's kind of crazy because our oldest is starting college this year, and to have a kid starting college when you're still paying off your own college loans just doesn't seem right. But it's a very low interest loan and it's a very low balance. And we were kind of hoping that there would be some scholarship out there for kids whose parents are still paying off their student loan debt, but we have yet to find one. So it's probably something we are going to pay off this year. But this year, we have a lot of expenses with it being Ashley's senior year and all the things that come along with it. And then having to pay for her first year of college in July and then November and all the trips we want to take and the things we need to do around the house. It's all adding up. So I really wanted to share with you what I've been doing to cut back on our expenses and save those extra dollars. So I'm kicking off a little mini series about how to save money and how to change your mindset. And I'm bringing the budget besties back on, so you'll hear from them next week. But I hope this series really gives you some easy tips, some really helpful mindset shifts, and a lot of tools to help you get your finances in a much better place. And you already know that meal planning is going to be one of my tips because it's where you could really save so much money every week. So if you haven't already grabbed my Weeknight Dinners Made Simple freebie, please go grab it. It's in the show notes. You'll not only save yourself a bunch of money, you're going to save your sanity on those crazy weeknights when you have to get two kids in three different places and still try to feed them while you're at it. Again, the link is in the show notes. Now, let's jump into today's episode. Are you feeling overwhelmed trying to juggle all the many hats you wear as a working mom? Do you want more quality time with your family without distraction of work, time alone to take care of yourself and your needs? Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life. I'm Carrie, a wife, a mom of three, and a recovering perfectionist. In this podcast, I will teach you how to create balance in your life by implementing healthy habits, organizing your home and your schedule, being so intentional with your time and in your relationships, and most importantly, how to start putting your needs first because no one can pour from an empty cup. Grab that second cup of coffee, or if you're anything like me, your third. It's time to dive into today's episode of Mom Wife Career Life. I'm really big on saving money wherever I can. I rarely pay full price for anything. Rush jokes around that saving money is my love language, and I kind of think it is. I really got him into the habit of searching for coupons, purchasing through cashback sites, through like Rakuten, calling to see if there's any promotions going on. So when he gets me a gift after I open it, he actually tells me what he did to get it on a discount or to get it cheaper or what coupons he used. And honestly, that excites me more than the actual gifts. So yeah, it totally is my love language. But like I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of expenses this year. We have a lot of awesome trips planned. And to not break the bank, we really needed to cut back and get tighter with our budget this year. In January alone, I was probably able to save us $1,000 by getting refunds on things, lowering costs, doing things myself, or just cutting things out. And I wanted to share all those things with you today. And I'm not saying that by doing this, you're going to save $1,000 too. We've been so good with money over the years. We have a little bit of financial peace. So I haven't always been on top of looking what's getting charged to my credit cards. So we don't think twice about eating out or ordering in. So if you're already pretty tight with things, you might not be able to save a whole lot, but I hope these tips are pretty helpful. So let's jump in. First things first, audit those silent spenders. These are those sneaky charges that are quietly draining your account every month, like streaming services, apps, storage on your cell phone or your emails, memberships, subscriptions that you meant to cancel 3 free trials ago, and confession time. This is where I got a lot of refunds. We put everything on one credit card. It's a travel card that we rack up points on, and we get a free trip out of it every year. So to us, it's worth it. And this goes against what our friends, the budget besties, teach. And I actually have moved back to some things being cash basis. And when I say cash basis, I mean on a debit card. But we still use a credit card for a lot of things. And we pay it off every month, so we're never paying interest. But I got bad at actually checking my credit card statement the past few months. And when I went to audit it in December, I found that I was getting a $99 a month charge for an SAT course that I had signed up for in the summer that I thought was for 1 month, but I must have missed that fine print somewhere, and I still can't even find it, mind you, and it auto renews every month. So $400 worth of charges that I shouldn't have paid. I reached out to them right away. I got a refund, thank God, which I have to say they have great customer service, so kudos to them. And then I also found a math app that costs $120 a year that was on auto renew. It's a great app. And Michael absolutely loved it and played it every day. So it was so worth it when he was actually using it. But he grew out of it last year. So that was another $120. that I had to go request a refund for. So that's $520 right there. So please stay on top of your credit cards. And if you're really good and pay everything in cash or direct from your bank account, then make sure you are checking your bank statement. But whether it's your credit card or a bank statement, make sure you are pulling them up monthly, check your charges, circle those subscriptions or reoccurring charges. And if you don't actively use it, then cancel it or pause it. Number 2, plan dinners before you shop. You knew meal planning was on the list. And like I mentioned, I do have a freebie for you, so check it out in the show notes. But food is one of those biggest budget leaks for a working mom. And not because groceries are expensive, but because those unplanned groceries turn into takeout, or if you have teens, DoorDash or Uber Eats. So just plan 4 to 5 dinners a week. Leave one night for leftovers, one night for flexibility or ordering out, and double bonus if you're actually able to plan your meals based on what's on sale that week. And once you get really good at meal planning, find the meals that your family will eat, you could really start rotating them based on the sales cycle in your grocery stores. And I've mentioned this one a couple of times on the show. I swear by those pre-roasted chickens. It makes multiple meals and it's so versatile. The latest dish that I make with it is I saute half of it in yellow peppers and onions, and I put it in a bowl and I mix a little sour cream through it. And it is absolutely delicious. I'm trying to cut carbs out, so that's how I eat it, but I make it with rice for the rest of the family. Russ actually turns it into a Chipotle bowl. Not all the kids will eat it, so I might have to make something else for them sometimes, but a roasted chicken has become an absolute staple on our grocery list. And then we turn the rest of it into chicken salad so I can have it for lunch and dinner. Number 3, shop your house first. Before you go out and buy anything from food to storage bins to organizers to clothes, look at what you already have in the house. Last year, we started a thing where we started eating from our freezer and our pantry 1 week out of the month. So we don't end up doing a big food shop that week. We might have to run out and get some produce, but we cook what we have on hand, and we've gotten really creative with some recipes. And for a house of 6 people, we spend less than $300 on our big shopping trips for 3 weeks of the month. And that week off can be anywhere from spending nothing to maybe $100. And that's only when Russ goes and grabs a few things and decides he wants to make something special for a Sunday dinner, which I'm all for. If he's cooking me a yummy meal, go out and buy it. But don't just stop at food. Before you go out and purchase that cute bin or that notebook that your kid needs mid-year, see what you have around the house that you can use instead. As I've been cleaning out the basement, I found a bunch of containers that I can repurpose, and I've been cleaning out closets and just attempting to get that minimalist mindset. I've been consolidating a lot, tossing or donating things that we haven't used in years, and it's actually freed up a bunch of containers that have allowed me to repurpose them. So it's total double bonus. You're decluttering and you're saving money, so you're not going out and buying things. Number 4, set a weekly no-spend window. So I did a challenge this past month. I challenged myself not to purchase anything on Amazon. Well, I made one purchase. I bought my favorite Revlon No Chip Top Coat nail polish because I couldn't find it in any stores. And I justified it with the fact that I do my own nails and don't have to pay for manicures. And the Essie top coat that I had, it just never seems to fully dry. And my nails look terrible after a night of sleeping on them, no matter what time of day I do them. So I allowed myself that one purchase, but I went the full month of January not purchasing anything online. It started with just Amazon, but then it carried over to all purchases. And I resisted the urge to go to Target and HomeGoods and all the places. And I was very happy to see my credit card bill this month because it was a little lower than it usually is. But a month can be a long time. So start with a few days and then you can always see how it goes and challenge yourself to go a little longer and a little longer. And who knows, before you know it, you could actually hit that month too. And when I say no spend, that means no Amazon, those Target runs, cut them out, no impulse buys. You'd really be shocked at how often purchases are really driven by stress, by boredom, or just being tired. So money saved is awareness gained. Number 5, automate savings like a bill. Regardless of where you are in your financial journey, you should really have some portion of your paycheck going directly into savings. I've shared that Russ and I were in a lot of debt when we first got married, 140 grand in student loans combined. Mostly were on his side. And our friends recommended Dave Ramsey's book. And while we didn't go full on cash envelope system, we pretty much did everything else. And it really set us up to be financially secure. That's why I love the Budget Besties so much, because they are trained by Dave Ramsey. And now you could use debit cards instead of envelope systems, so you're not dealing with all that cash. And if you want to check out their budget system, I've linked it in the show notes. And again, they're going to be on next week, so make sure you come back and listen. But one of the things we started as following his program was automating money going straight into our savings account. It's set it and forget it. You treat it like it's a non-negotiable bill. Small amounts, automatically transferred every paycheck. Even $25 adds up over time. And once your budget allows it, once you get into more financial peace, You can add more or create separate accounts for different goals. I actually got this one from the Budget Besties. I created a vacation account and a college savings account, which we have 529 set up for the kids too, but we weren't as aggressive with those as I really wish we were. But I started a college savings account for the amount we plan on cash flowing this year, since we'll be getting our first college bill in July, which I'm still in somewhat denial about. But I have money going direct into these two accounts, our savings account and a money market account. And again, you may not be there financially yet, and that's totally fine, but you have to start somewhere. Maybe once you cancel that subscription that you've been paying for, you take that amount and you start putting that in your savings. Number 6, buy generic on the boring stuff, like the paper towels, cleaning supplies, pantry supplies. We have a Costco membership and we do online orders for all of our paper products and our pantry staples, and it costs the same as if we actually went to the store. But now I'm cutting out all those Costco impulse buys that I get from walking around the aisles. And another thing we've saved on recently is pimple patches. If you have teens, then you know what I'm talking about. The name brand is really expensive, but Amazon sells the off brand and they have the same exact ingredients and they are a fraction of the price. And the way that my kids burn through them, the savings is really starting to add up. And I'm not going to lie, I actually started using them too. And I wish they had them when I was in my teen and my 20s, because I'd have a lot less scars on my face right now. So save your splurges for things that really matter to you or that are higher quality products that you're going to put on your body. Number 7, shop around or revisit insurance bills once a year. This is adulting, but it totally works and it's so simple. Just block time on your calendar this week, make some phone calls, call your car insurance, your home insurance, and just ask them, is there a better rate? Are there any discounts that we qualify for? Can we adjust coverage? One of the things we got insurance on that's actually saved us a lot of money is buying insurance for your kitchen appliances. We have higher end kitchen appliances that are very expensive when someone even just walks in the door to look at them. So we bought an insurance program for them, and now we just have to pay for someone coming in and not for the actual repair. And we actually got a new fridge out of it a couple of years ago. So highly recommend insurance policies for your kitchen appliances. Number 8, shop around for toiletries and personal care items. Toiletries and personal items, they really add up, especially when you have teenage girls. The amount of products they have is just beyond me. Between their counter and their cabinets and their drawers, it's just filled up everywhere. And I've gotten pretty good at this category since my couponing days. I've shared before that when we were working on getting out of all of that debt, I had this big coupon binder and I would cut coupons every week. I knew the sales schedules at both supermarkets by us. I was a master at saving over 50% at CVS anytime we went. And while I don't have my coupon binder anymore, partially because someone stole it out of my shopping cart one day, but also because I don't have the time or dedication it takes to keep up with it, I still know how to shop around and I still know how to find coupons and easy ways to save, both at CVS and Walgreens. And I'm sure any type of pharmacy store has the sales and ways to earn cash back or money off the next purchase. CVS actually sends out 30% off purchase coupons, so I save those for when I have to do a bulk shop. And make sure you have their apps downloaded where they have special coupons for certain products. And then you can coupon stack with your 30% off and your actual item coupons. Ulta offers great coupons too, and I have one right by me. So I always do a price check because they usually have a good coupon to see what it would cost there versus what I would buy at CVS versus what I would get at Target, because Target, sometimes you get a better deal. And Target, if you have their credit card, you get an automatic 5% off your purchase if you use their credit card. So it might take a little bit to price check, but if you're really trying to get out of debt or you just want to save a little extra money, it really adds up. And if you're trying to save money, using credit cards is not always the way to go unless you're really diligent about paying them off. In the 25 years that I've had credit cards, I have never not paid it off every month. I may have missed a payment by accident in my younger years, but I've always had that Dave Ramsey mindset that if I can't pay for it with cash, then I shouldn't be buying it. And listen, sometimes you might have to put things on credit. I totally get it, but it really should only be for emergencies. I forgot Amazon is also a great place to buy toiletries. And if it's something that you really use consistently, they do have the subscribe and save option where it's an automatic purchase and you do get a nice discount every time you purchase. But you really have to stay on top of it. And if it's not something that you use consistently, then you might end up paying more for it because you might get an order and forget to return it. And it's just not worth the hassle. But another place that I saved a lot of money recently is by purchasing Ashley's contacts through Costco's. We were purchasing them through 1-800-CONTACTS, and I always found a coupon, so I was never paying their full price. but they are so much cheaper at Costco's. I saved over $100 on a 3-month supply. Times that by 4 purchases a year, that's $400 a year. That is absolutely huge. And now that I think about it, I think I'm well over $1,000 savings this month. But let's move on to number 9. Take advantage of your company perks and discounts. Not all companies have perks, but it's definitely worth looking into. And hopefully you're ready to take advantage of any health savings or flexible savings and dependent daycare offerings they have. But on top of that, they might have other benefits and perks like free emergency daycare for both kids and aging parents. Make sure you check that out if you have elderly parents. My company gives us 5 days a year for each. They might have free weight loss programs or other health and fitness programs, mental health programs, financial help and coaching programs, wellness programs. And if you take advantage, you can get money back at the end of the year. So it's totally worth looking into. I'm actually going through one of their health coaching programs, and hopefully my health coach will get me back on track. Number 10, don't pay full price for experiences. There are so many places to get discounts on experiences. When we are looking to do something with the kids or a night out with friends, I always go to Groupon to see what deals are going on in the area. And pro tip, always check a site like Rakuten first and see if they're offering cash back for using Groupon or sites like that. And then you get cash back and the discount on whatever activity you were purchasing. Costco is another great place to get discounts. We recently bought Topgolf and AMC movie gift cards at a discount. I think the Topgolf one was $80 for a $100 gift card, so it was like 20% off our trip. I forgot how much we paid for AMC, but I think it was also worked out to be about 20% off as well. So check those out. They also have DoorDash gift cards, which we bought the kids for Christmas. They're perfect gifts for any teen, so highly recommend those as well. Number 11, don't order drinks when you go out to dinner. My family didn't have a lot of money growing up, and going out to eat was a serious treat. But when we went out, all we drank was water. It was free, and my mom really didn't like us drinking soda, so it wasn't even a thought in our heads to even look at the drink menu. Russ grew up more comfortably than I did, and he was an only child, so ordering drinks was totally a thing for him and something he looked forward to. And going out for us as a family, we just got into the habit of allowing the kids to order drinks. But it really adds up. On average, a drink is $4 to $5, sometimes more, and we go out to eat or to a drive-through at least 4 times a month. So that's $16 to $20 each time times 4. That's like $40 to $60 a month just on drink. That averages out to close to what, $600 a year on drink? That is insane when you think about it. And it's these little costs that you don't even think about that really just add up over time. And I'm really going to share that math with my kids today and see what they think about it, because I didn't even realize that's a lot of money. Number 12, skip the appetizer that you order out of habit. We tend to order an appetizer when we go out, but when we do that, we don't always end up finishing our meals because you end up filling up on the appetizer. And while it's really nice to bring food home and you might have some leftovers the next day, but if you don't get that appetizer, you're going to end up saving money and you'll probably end up eating your entire dinner too. And if you're the type that you always end up eating both the appetizer and your dinner, you still probably didn't need the appetizer and would have been just as satisfied with the dinner anyway. Just drink more of that free water and the scale will thank you too. So next time you're out, skip the appetizer and take advantage for whatever they give you for free, like the bread, and save yourself the money and your waistline. Number 13, reuse what you already own or DIY. I am all about reusing gift bags, tissue paper, ribbon. So if it's in good shape, I put it in a bin in my basement. So I rarely buy anything new when it's time to give a gift. And I do go through it once a year as part of my decluttering, and I do donate the ones that I probably won't use. But we've also gotten into the habit of making cards from home, which I absolutely love. The kids make us cards for our birthday, for Mother's Day, for Father's Day. And now they make their friends cards for their birthdays too. So it's saving me around $3 I would have spent on cards from Home Goods, because I always buy cards at a discount when I do buy them. And I don't know what the saving adds up to, but I'll say Kaylee had 4 Sweet 16s in the past few weeks. So between the cards and the gift bags, we've probably saved at least $15 to $20, which I know isn't a whole lot, but it adds up over time. Reusing isn't being cheap, it's being resourceful. Less clutter, less spending, less stress, and less putting things in landfills. Number 14, rotate kids' activities by season. Listen to me now, moms. Kids don't need to be in a million activities. You are allowed to cut back. Rotating activities, it reduces fees, it reduces travel costs, it reduces burnout on your part, and more margin often leads to happier kids too. This is the first winter where not all kids have an activity. Michael wanted to take the winter off. He did football and the school play in the fall, and he's starting golf in March, and he's about to start a strength and fitness program. I really wanted him to do rec basketball, which would be a practice one day a week and then games on Saturday mornings, but he really didn't want to do it, so we didn't force him to. And you know what? For the first time in 15 years, we don't have an activity in the winter on a Saturday morning, and I am loving every minute of it. I get to stay in my pajamas. I get to lie down on the couch. There's no rushing me out of the house. And the past couple of weekends, it's been cold and snowy, and I've been snuggly and warm. I get to relax. And just a side note on travel or club sports, if your kids really aren't into it and aren't excited to go to the practices and the games, then really ask yourself if it's worth it. It gets so expensive. And if they aren't planning to try to play in college, then again, ask yourself, is it really worth it? They can just play in their high school team and it saves you a ton of money and frees up your weekend to do stuff as a family. And last but not least, number 15, do your own hair and nails. This is something I started way back in my 20s. I've been using box dye for my hair since I was in high school when I wanted to change my hair to all those trendy colors. I went like bright red at one point. But once I hit my 30s, those grays started to creep in. And so it became more of a vanity thing for me. But I couldn't stomach paying money every month for someone to do my hair. And plus, my hair is so thin and fine that it takes hairdressers like 5 minutes to cut my hair or to dye my hair. So to pay that much money when for people with thicker and longer and much nicer hair than mine, it takes an hour. It's just a hard pill to swallow for me. So I get my hair cut once a year and I do dye my hair every month. But I actually taught Russ how to dye my hair, and he's been probably dyeing my hair for over 15 years now. I can only imagine how much money that saved us. And I did recently upgrade to professional dye. I buy it through my hairdresser, so it's higher quality, but I still dye my own hair at home. And I also do my own nails. I honestly can't remember the last time I paid for a manicure. I've been doing my nails so long that it really only takes me like 15 minutes to paint them. And I absolutely swear, I've already mentioned it before, Revlon's No Chip Top Coat, or if you're in a rush, their Quick Dry Top Coat. I have been using that for years. It's my tried and true. I used to be able to find it at our local drugstore, a CVS or a Walgreens, but again, I couldn't find it recently. And that is the one purchase I made in January. And I've already done my nails twice. So in my mind, it's more than paid for itself in the money that I saved from not getting them done professionally. And I do love to get pedicures, though. I'm not big on body massages, but a good foot massage, there is nothing better than it. But I did cut back on it the last 2 months. In December, I took the polish off my toes, and I've just been going natural since then. I do love looking down at cute polished toes, and I'm thinking it might be something I do myself up until the spring and my toes are out in public again. But for now, no one is really seeing them, and it's kind of good to not always have polish on your toes, so we're taking a few months off. And this category alone, between my hair and my nails, I've probably saved over $100 this month by DIYing. So I hope that these tips helped. I hope some of them resonated. I hope that you can implement them and start saving money too. And just a little piece of final encouragement. Most overspending isn't reckless. It's just unconscious. You're doing it without even thinking about it. And you're not bad with money. You're just busy. And the moment that you start noticing these patterns instead of really judging yourself, that's when everything is going to shift. Saving money, it doesn't mean that you're shrinking your life or you're doing less. It just means that you're protecting your future peace. So start small, stay consistent, and most importantly, give yourself grace along the way. And if this episode helped you, I encourage you to share with another mom who could use a little financial breathing room too. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat. Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it on your Instagram stories and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life. Or come on over and hang out in our free Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.